Hello. Steve, hello. Oh, Alexa, off. I'm not allowed to play music. I'll get in trouble. All right. No problem, Jay. I'll let you know. I'll give you the heads up, too. I try to give everybody a couple minutes to get here. Welcome, everybody. You're watching Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily, and we have Smile Baby and Courage this morning. Cure Age. I keep trying to say courage, and it's Cure Age. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. As you guys pour in, we're going to give it about a minute or two, and then we'll let Emoji J in the box. He's going to run through the introduction, and then we're going to do my Q&A. And then shortly after, we will have Cure Age or Smile Baby hop in the box, and we'll go over the lesson that life has taught them. On IG. All right, Mouse. I'll get to it later. Scantron, how are you today? How is everybody, you guys? I'm so ready for the weekend. I have had such a long week. I have had like the longest week of my life. I'm ready for a day off. I know Smile Baby popped in the stream before, so I was kind of hoping she could come in. As soon as she was here, I was going to start the intro, but we might go ahead and start it since I was a minute behind this morning anyways. Here she is. All right, Jay, I'm going to let you in. We're going to start this introduction. I think we have a few people in here. It's good. All right, hold on. Let me make you medium. There we go. Jay, you're good. I'll X you out. It worked, so it didn't stop. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and I have Smile Baby and Cure Age. I have to stop and think because it keeps coming out as Courage. So if I do that, I'm sorry. First of all, a little bit. Thank you for coming in. Happy birthday. I won't sing. It's featured. I don't want to hurt all y'all's ears. But we'll sing to you later on in a little bit of a quieter setting. Sorry, not sorry. But you, who wants to go first over the next couple minutes here? Last week, I asked you guys a question after reading a comment, and I'm going to read that comment, and I'm going to follow it by the question. Okay. You must know where to find yourself. You must know where to find yourself. Where do you feel most like yourself? And I have thought really long and really, really hard about this question. You must know where to find yourself. Where do you feel most like yourself? Thank you for the gifts in advance, guys. I'm not going to be able to acknowledge all of them throughout the day, but I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the favorites as well. It is a featured show, so I am here for my guests. One moment, please. We're going to take care of that. I've never had to do this, but I'm not No, we're not doing this with him. Give me just 1 second, you guys. I am so sorry. Get in the kitchen, please, and thank you. No, we can't do this today. Not today. Not today, you little Satan. Not today. All right. Sorry, you guys. I've never in my life done that during a show. He may end up in the bathroom. You guys, this dog, it's nonstop. No, he's not. He's not a good dog. I love my dog wholeheartedly, but that's not why we're here. Okay, so where do you feel most like yourself? So I had to think really, 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 really long and hard about this question because Josh, go lay down. You're going to end up in the bathroom. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Because I thought, oh, well, it's when I'm at work or it's when I'm at my grandma's or and I says, no. And it's realistically for me, it's none of those things. It's here. It is sitting right here that I have felt my entire life more like myself because on here, now, yeah, sure, there's lots of mean people and there's lots of people that I'm not their cup of tea, right? But my people have found me. And they encouraged me in my weirdness. And oh God, I'm sorry. We need. You guys see it? It like refuses to talk. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, so I'm not afraid to just let me be me here. The majority of my life, it's be quiet, sit down. You know, it's too much. You're too loud. Whereas here, it doesn't matter. I am 100% myself, and if I'm too loud, you either say something and I kick you out, or you accept me, you know, or you leave. One of the three, I guess. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome to Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily, and I just asked, and I got some answers and didn't read them. I said, you must know where to find yourself. Where is it that you feel most like yourself? And I know I seen the beach. I seen, that was Cure Age, said the beach. Oh my God, Jay, the bathroom, really? McSteamy says the garage. JC says at home. Boop says when she's with your daughter. I definitely feel like when you feel most yourself when you're around your people, I guess is kind of where that was going. Okay. Morgan says outside with the kids. Zach, out in the woods. Yeah, alone in the woods on your horse. Isn't that crazy how all of us, we find ourselves in such different situations? I just wanted to make sure that like to point that out, because so many people try to find themselves or their happiness in other people, right? So many of us have spent a good part of our lives looking for happiness in other people, neglecting the reality is we all have different paths to happiness, right? We all like different things. We all enjoy different things. We all strive to do different things to make ourselves happy. But being myself and being around my kind of people and the people that encourage me to be me, that's where I'm most happy. And I'm sorry, that's not necessarily a specific place, because I can literally be here. I could be anywhere, you know? I could be anywhere. Oh, I better turn the gift. I always forget to do that. Thank you guys again for all the gifts. Thank you for all the favorites. We're going to go ahead. Smile, baby. Are you ready? Request a box when you're ready. This is not staying in. I don't even, hold on. Un momento, por favor, because I'm about to rip it off if it doesn't tuck. Okay. I think we got it this time. I don't know. So yeah, unless you're a guest on the show, I have you. You guys, thank you so much. I don't let you in the box. Today is just for my two special guests. We have Smile Baby. Oh, here she is. You guys, and remember, this being a featured show, none of us are professionals. This is us simply and this is how we stay happy, and we've moved on and whatnot for today. So we're not professionals. If you do need professional help, or if you feel as though there's a topic that you need someone to talk to, please don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. You could reach out to one of us if it's, one of them, the guests spoke or speaking of something that hits you. But always remember, there is professional help available to each and every single one of you. Okay. And if you are interested in being on the show while watching it today, you seem to enjoy it, and you have a lesson life has taught you that you'd like to share, please reach out to Emoji J or myself on Instagram, and we can get you set up with the date. All right, now I'm ready. Are you ready, Smile Baby? Because I'm going to wait till you say yes. I'm not just going to like shove you in that box. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to catch you off guard. We're going to wait. We're waiting. I see it's beeping. I know she's ready. Yes. All right, you guys, everybody, please welcome Smile Baby. And I'm excited. She's got a good topic. I'm going to let her share it though. Hi, Annie. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for being on my show. I popped in and lurked on you the other day. You're adorable. I'm excited that you're here. You had me laughing. I was like, get him. I don't remember who you were talking to, but you had me rolling. So how's your morning so far?
I actually just got up like 30 minutes ago. Not gonna lie.
I don't blame you. I work nights, so my Friday mornings I sleep in too. So tell us, what lesson has life taught you? What are we going to be talking about today?
Turn you up really quick. Sorry, I'm outside by a street, so if you hear this stuff going.
Pretty.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, so lessons learned. Life has taught a ton of lessons. But as far as, I guess, the core of everything is don't take anything for granted. Don't take anyone for granted. Don't take any situation or experience or anything that you may go through for granted, because through all of that, it makes you who you are. It helps you to grow. It helps you to learn. It helps you to push forward and advance in the things that you want to do, and even discover things about yourself that you may not have known about yourself before. So that's, I guess, a good summation of the things that life has taught me.
Right. So yeah, and we're never promised tomorrow, and I think a lot of people just take even simple things like spending time with family for granted. You never know, or a friend, or just even getting out of the house to go and enjoy an adventure. We'll do it tomorrow. And so many times, like, just an example, this year, my daughter's mom, when are we going back to ride roller coasters? I bought season passes so we could go ride them all the time. We've only been there twice. I'm like, we'll go next weekend. I've been saying that since the second week of July. And now it's, so I totally feel that not taking things for granted. Was there any specific situation that made you realize maybe you shouldn't be taking so much for granted?
Yeah, well, actually, there were several, but the biggest one, I graduated high school early, and I left for boot camp 2 weeks after my graduation. So I left when I was 17 years old. I went to boot camp. And that's the first time I've ever been away from my family, out of the state, on an airplane. That was a lot of big firsts for me. But one of the biggest things being in the military is they become your family. These are complete strangers you've never met before, but your life literally depends on y'all working together, having each other's back and things like that. Because when you're out in the middle of the sea, that's all you have. A lot of times you can't just reach out to family when you want to. You can't just pick up the phone and call when you want to. You're very restricted to a lot of things. And that too let me realize how much I actually took for granted my family. The little times we would meet up and go places and I don't want to go. Or all the times my brothers and sisters were like, let's go outside. I don't want to go. I would fight everything because I was not an outside person. But one person in specific is my great aunt. I loved her to pieces. She knew 6 different languages. She was just a little lady full of wisdom. She was very wise. And in high school, she used to tell me all the time, mind yourself, Nay, mind yourself, be yourself, and she said always love. She told me to always love and always smile. Smiling is the one thing I did not do in the military at all. Like, I did not do it at all. And I remember the day I was leaving for boot camp. She actually came to the ceremony, and she doesn't leave her house because of her age, but she actually came to the ceremony, and she just said, "I just want to see you smile before you go." And I couldn't, because I was crying, I was scared, I was shaking, and she just smiled. She had tears in her eyes, but she just smiled at me. And I'll never forget her smile. But she's the only one that I could call no matter what time of day it was. And I was out to sea, she would always answer her phone. Well, my second deployment, I got called up and they told me, there's a Red Cross message. And, I was like, okay, because, you try to prepare yourself, but you're not never really prepared. And when they said the name, I just fell apart, because I went from talking to her every week to now I can't talk to her at all. She's gone, and it broke me. It broke me big time. And all I can just see every time I close my eyes is just her standing there with the biggest smile on her face, telling me that she loves me, it's gonna be okay. But it hurt worse because even though I would talk to her every week, we were going through so much on the boat that I hadn't talked to her in over a month. And so I didn't know she was sick. I didn't know, she was, at the last leg. So I had a lot of regrets. It was really, really hard. Like, I was mentally just not there. And finally, my chain of command was like, we'll let you go home, because usually if it's not immediate family, they don't let you go home.
Right.
But I couldn't function. I couldn't function. And I tried to smile so hard, and it was just difficult. I would call her phone every night just to hear her voicemail. And when I finally got home, my mom, uh, sorry.
Oh, you've got me in tears. So I'm I'm like, stop. She's not even tearing. Stop. It's the effects of the show. It gets us.
Yeah, my mom, she's like, I guess she put it, she wanted me to speak at the funeral, because I was her little BLB. I was her little black leg baby. And I couldn't do it. I didn't want to see her like that. I didn't want to remember her in that way. Um, and she died from literally a broken heart. Like, her husband died 2 months prior to her death, and the doctor said she literally died of a broken heart. So they had been married for over 80 years. So when he died, she just didn't know what to do with herself anymore. So, and but I couldn't do it. I went to her gravesite afterwards, and I just sat there and I was just smiling, just smiling, just smiling, just smiling at her grave, just smiling, like, the hurt smile, but it's just, that's what you wanted. I know you're sitting here with me. Let me just. And so from that point, I started viewing things in a different light. I went back and I started smiling all the time at work. And of course, people are like, what the heck? You just came from a funeral and now you're like this
Right.
complete different, smiling person. And that's what my aunt would want. That's all she wanted of me, was me to smile. And I didn't do it. And then I didn't get to say goodbye. And she didn't get to see it that one last time. But even being with many brothers and sisters in arms, you don't know who's not going to wake up the next day. You don't know who's not coming home the next day. When you go to the battlefront, you don't know if you're going to go home. You don't know the mental state that many people are in around you. And sometimes that's literally all it takes, is that one smile. And even though people, they don't think about smiling as a big thing, but even smiling itself, a lot of people take it for granted. Whether they are receiving it or whether they are giving it, a smile is so small, but it does so many good things. It does so many big things. And that's kind of how I shape my life. Don't take anything. My kids, I don't take them for granted. They grow like this. Like, my son's already as tall as him. I'm just like, baby, where's my babies at? Like, these are babies. So it's just even the smallest little things, everything. Just please, guys, if anything you get from anything I said, just don't take anything for granted. Don't take anyone for granted. Even if they make you mad, that's a good thing, because then it teaches you patience. It teaches you how to deal with different personalities. It teaches you many different things when you encounter different types of personalities and different types of people. So that's why I say no situation yourself, or maybe you're put in that situation for somebody else, but there's always something in it for you if you take it and you look at it at that light. So sorry to give you my little sad story, but
Oh, it is not. No, it's it I cry when I resonate with what you guys are saying. Like this show is my baby. I worked my butt off and I treasure every guest because every guest is here every week for a certain reason, whether it's for me or for somebody else, and certain messages I need to hear. And this is one of them, which is why I keep crying. Cause oh, I hate it though. This one's hitting harder than most. My grandma's getting older. She's gonna be 92. And I just stopped taking some of that time for granted.
love
Oh,
her, Lily, love her. Go hug her, kiss her, sing to her, touch her, just love her while you still have her, because when she's gone, you can't get that back. No matter how much you may want to, no matter how much you may pray, you can't get that back.
I need tissues. I wasn't prepared to cry this.
Sorry, Lily.
No. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't usually cry this much. This is like ridiculous today. Um. Anyway, so, oh God, I think right now all I keep thinking about is the next time my daughter's like, "Hey, mom, let's play a game." Even though I hate playing games, I think we have to play a game because that's the second she's been asking me for like a week to play a game, and I've been busy and I haven't. And I'm honestly, that's most of the tears is my guilt with her at the moment. Anyway, so let's get our lives together. Let's get our lives together.
You had to push yourself, because I had a awakener the other day as far as like my stream time, and actually sitting there and spending time with my kids. And summer is already over, my kids start school next week, but then it's like, okay, what have you really done with your kids? How much time have you actually spent with them this summer? And the way that the world is nowadays, like you can't even trust your kid to go to school and know 100% they're going to come home that day.
Yeah.
So it's little things, everything like that. And sometimes I'm just like, yo, come on, mommy needs a minute. But still, like, it's the small things like that, like spending time with kids and spending time with yourself, and just kind of balancing. And it's easy to get lost in doing that as an adult, especially when you have so much going on. But sometimes we have to just stop and say, you know what, no, I need a break. I need to stop doing this, and I've actually cut down my stream time, because then I realized how much it is consuming me, outside of work and then streaming. And then it's like, okay, well, where's my block for my kids? Yeah, I have the weekend, but then I have other relationships to work on. I have my relationship with God to work on. So it's like, yeah, don't take baby girl for granted. Don't take your grandma for granted. Mamas, hug her as much as you can while you have the chance to do it. Because once that chance is gone, you can't get it back. You can't get it back.
Sorry, you guys. I was on here before. I'm already having an emotional day, an emotional whole week. But this is just like the icing. Like like you try to figure out maybe why you're stressed out or why you're upset, and then you sit down and unexpectedly you're talking with someone and you're like, "Oh, that's probably where all this guilt and anxiety is coming from because I've not made enough time for so many people that deserve my time." And maybe too much time for some people who haven't or who don't deserve it, Oh, Smile Baby, that was amazing. Actually we're about out of time. So with that, please tell us, when can we find you? What are your streams like? Or do you have any online events coming up? Tell us a little bit about your online life here.
I'm actually still going through the process for my featured show. I'm waiting on my banner. And it's Gifts That Gives a Smile Baby. And it's all about positive stories, things that people have done to positively affect your life, and things that you may have done to affect somebody else in a positive way. And even like pay it forward moments. And that's every Friday night, midnight. So tonight it'll be at midnight Eastern time, and it's like 9 o'clock my time too. Every other Thursday, I've been doing Promote Yourself Thursday, which allows people to come on and just promote themselves, businesses, streaming events, art, music, whatever they would like to promote. They get a hour and a half for that. They get to do that. I'm hosting my first auction. Well, my second auction. I did my first auction already. My second auction in October. I'm really looking forward to that because the first auction was really fun. It was really amazing.
Fun. It's so
For
fun.
them, yeah, it was, yeah, they did a whole auction takeover. It was crazy, but it was fun. Um, and then I don't stream weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, usually I'm not online. That's usually, my off time. I'll pop in every now and then, but I usually stream. And I'm mostly on Monday through Friday. I stream while I work, so in the morning hours. So I usually get up around like 4:30, so I'll get online around 6 a.m. Pacific time and stay on to about 4.
Well, that's what, 8? Then that's 9 Eastern, right?
Yeah.
9 Eastern. Okay. All right. Well, do you have IG? Can they find your IG if they click on your?
Yes, my Instagram is on my IG. Anything for lessons learned, let me know. And even if you want to be an auction, just send me a message. Say, hey, I want to do it.
Right. All right. Well, I'll definitely let you know if I've got I work Friday nights, unfortunately. So, but I'll be tuning in to see the show, and if I happen to get a Friday off, I'll let you know. I'll give you some notice.
Thank you so much. And you're
Yeah.
doing an amazing job with your show. I really appreciate you. And thank you for allowing me to be on it.
Thank you for being here. Sorry, I cried a lot. I think you have the award for the most tears shed. I gotta laugh about it, guys, because if I don't laugh about it, I'm gonna keep crying. So thank you so much, you guys. That was Smile Baby. And if you're just tuning in, you're watching Lessons Learned, and we just went through to not take things for granted, especially the people around you that you love. Oh boy, and I've been really, really bad at that lately, which is why I keep crying. It's the guilt. You see, sometimes people come on the show and they remind you. Unfortunately, sometimes I'm a crier. I'm always a crier, always been a crier. I can be super happy or super sad, and the first thing that happens are tears, right? But Smile Baby, thank you so much. Now we're going to do a couple of self-care, self-love, so I can stop crying. And I'm sure that Cure Age will bring some tears too, because, well, it seems to be one of those days. And I'm not sad. It's just, like I said, I cry. My emotions, no matter what they are, come out in tears. I can't help it. It's, you can ask anybody in my stream. I cry a lot there too. It's just the tears. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad, right? Now I'll ask my middle question that I ask all of you. What have you done today for yourself? What did you get up and do for yourself today? I pushed myself to be on here because I'm going to tell you, I woke up and I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good. I had a headache. I was cranky. I was sad. I was frustrated. I was all kinds of everything after a long week, right? But the one thing that I look forward to every week is my show. And I thought, how dare you? How dare you let anything get in the middle of your 1 hour of like, so I got on here. My guys talked me through it, right? It says I woke up, drank water and exercise. Yes, doing something for yourself can literally be as simple as waking up and chugging water before you touch your coffee or anything else. Your body reacts so much better to 8 ounces of water in the morning and gives you more energy than an entire pot of coffee. Drink water first. Just half a bottle before bed, half a bottle when you wake up. That's like one self-care, self-love thing you can start and start your day with. So not only can you go to bed doing something good, you immediately wake up and do something good for yourself. And it's just water. So you can even get it for free. It's free 99. That's always my favorite price, right? You guys, again, if you're just tuning in, I want to thank you for being here. You're watching Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily. And we just had Smile Baby and talked about not taking things, especially the people you love, for granted. And we have Cure Age up next, and he's got a good message today too. And like both of them come through, and I went I kind of went to his too, and thought, well, this one's gonna hurt a little also. So that's why I say I know my tears aren't over yet. But self-care question. Do the people around you make you feel energized? I think I asked this one a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to ask it again because I find myself around people sometimes who don't energize me. Now, I have to separate some of them because unfortunately negative people come into my business. But for the most part, the people that I work with and the people that I surround myself with as friends are pretty positive. We have Steve says yes, Smile Baby says yes, Marv says yes, Curvy Ginger sometimes, right? Not all of us can always be 100% positive, right? P. White says most definitely. Morgan says yeah. So if you find yourself feeling more brought down or not fitting in or struggling to maintain conversations and stuff like that are positive, you probably haven't quite found your people yet, right? Before I've never met so many people who are just so amazing to me in all my life as I have since I started streaming. When I started streaming, I definitely was not this confident, and I was not always positive. Y'all know that. But I didn't always have such a good outlook on life, right? Like I was more shy, more reserved, and definitely a lot more. I was a lot more impatient with so many things in life. So I've definitely learned patience on this app. I've learned to defend myself from this app. And I've learned that there are people out there that are going to love me for me. But there's going to be plenty of people that can't stand me for me. And that's okay too. Those just aren't my people, right? But we can coexist without having to be crappy to each other, right? And this is the part of the world that I can't quite comprehend. I can't understand. I don't like most of my neighbors, but we all keep to ourselves. We're all quiet, yada, yada, yada. There's some cool ones. But for the most part, like, just let's all keep, okay. Anyway, so self-care, self-love. That was one of the questions that I like to ask. And one of the other questions that a lot of people are, me, when it gets to the self-care, self-love. But one of the best things you can do for yourself is to do for others. So what was the last thing that you did for somebody else? What was the last thing you did for somebody else without expectations? I mean, mine was small. I took a tool to my boss that he needed it. But I went out of my way to make sure that he had that, right? You guys, again, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the favorites. Thank you. I unfortunately cannot acknowledge every single one of them during my show, but know that I appreciate them so very much. And Cure Age, I'm going to say in about 3 or 4 minutes, I'll have you hop in the box just so that you've got a time frame from when I'll be ready. Answer your phone because a friend needed to talk, right? And sometimes that's all it is. It's just smiling, talking, listening. I started a new thing, and this is going to sound really crazy, but I'm going to take this platform with hopefully at least, a good chunk of the people that number up there. And I've started doing this. So you guys go through drive-thrus, right? We all go through drive-thrus, right? And we all know that the drive-thru people are definitely underpaid, right? And they probably deal with a ton of crappy customers, right? All the time. People, yeah, Cure Age. Just remember to keep yourself first and all that, Cure Age. Just remember that. Okay. How many times has your drive-thru person smiled when they took your order? Stop and think about it. Because listen, thank you for choosing McDonald's. Can I help you? You didn't tell. Whereas, thank you for coming to McDonald's. My name is such and such. How can I help you? Like, if you greet me and take my order while you're smiling, you have a $5 tip. I made that hour at least a little bit better. So if you want to do something for somebody else, it can be as simple as a $5 bill to somebody who's already working, but their smile made you smile by just them doing their job, like just being themselves, not letting the Debbie Downers of the world take their happiness away, and I know how hard being a drive-through person is. I did that crap for years, and it was awful. And I remember one time someone gave me a $5 tip, And it made the whole rest of that shift, dude. It was the best shift I've ever had. And we had fun and I was laughing and it was great. All over $5 stupid. But it wasn't the $5. It was the fact that somebody appreciated me for just smiling while taking their order, right? So again, like Smile Baby had said, and like she's repeated over and over again, smile. You never know who's watching or what difference it can make for somebody. That smile can change somebody's day. You know, Mars, I love your shoes today. They're so cute. And you say it with a smile. That made her day. Quinn, oh my God, I love your new hair. And I really do. That makes her day. AD, I love that new ball cap you've got on. Where'd you get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it takes to do something for someone else. I don't mean go out of your way and, like, you know, feed the homeless for a week. In life that make the difference. Always has and always will be that way. The baby steps, guys. It's not so much it's the point A to point B or A to Z. We'll say it's not A to Z. It's B through Y. It's that journey. So don't let it fly by. I just made that up. Whatever. It worked, right? A to Z. And you know, it's that B to Y. It's that journey. It's what you make out of your life. So at the end of the day, again, just did you also know it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown? Try it. Watch. Smile. Everybody smile. Now frown. It takes muscles. It hurt. You feel it. It's easier to smile because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to smile, right? Now we're gonna do 2 quick self-care tips, and I'm gonna have Cure Age get in the box, right? If you guys, I know half of you are still doing it. It does. I know, because the first time someone pointed out to me, I was like, no way. I'm gonna smile more. Yeah, cool dude was still doing it. All right. So while we're on this whole, you know, smiling, and I was not, Mars, don't lie. In the process of all this smiling and laughing, something, and again, I repeat this one a lot too, but I think I repeat a lot of what I know I need to hear, and it is self-love talk, self-care talk. The more you look in the mirror and go, ew, I look awful in this. Ew, my butt looks jiggly. Ew, my back fat looks gross. These are all things that I say, right? So, but the more that I say that, the more I begin to believe it. But then on other days, you as a woman, you guys get this. Some days you're like, ooh, I'm fire. And other days you feel like an Oompa Loompa, you know, a sardine that's stuffed in some package that's clearly way too small, right? So you have your different moods. So going into these things. But yeah, you have an amazing smile. I've seen it, so you can't lie to me, sir. I love being an Oompa Loompa. You are so not an Oompa Loompa, first of all. But smiling and making sure that, especially in front of kids and in front of other people, my people get on me in my stream because, you know, I've lost a lot of weight, but I don't necessarily always see that. Whereas they didn't see me lose the weight, but they've seen before and afters, and they're proud of me from where I'm at, and they don't like that I don't necessarily feel the same. And they remind me a lot to stay positive about my appearance and that I'm perfect the way I am. And Taryn, you listen, I'm going to tell you all, if I've seen your faces or I've seen your picture and you're smiling in it, not a single one of them are bad. And every one of your smiles has made me smile, especially if I enter your stream or you've been in my box. Okay. So please understand that. But that being said, Cure Age, I've rambled enough. Are you ready? As soon as he requests that box. All right, you guys, again, remember, you're watching Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily, and I'm about to enter Cure Age, and I'm going to let him tell you his lesson that he's going to be talking to you guys about. But remember, please stay positive. Make sure you've hit both guests. Smile Baby, she's there on the gift list as well. And you guys, not only Smile Baby just do awesome in here, she really is a sweetheart, and I've lurked on her. She's a doll baby. Okay. All right, Curate, here we go. Welcome. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course. So, oh my goodness, that is awesome.
Wow.
Get him, Jay. So I am just gonna go ahead and ask you, what lesson are you going to be sharing with us today? That is awesome.
Not to take anyone or anything personal in life.
Okay, and explain to us.
So there's a lot of different ways I can explain it. I was thinking about it this whole time, which one to choose. I think I'm gonna go with relationships, not just romantic relationships, but friendships as well. I personally have dealt with a lot of people leaving my life. And one of the biggest reasons was because of a certain disability I have, which is Tourette syndrome.
Okay.
It's not very noticeable. Most people, when I tell them in my stream that I have it, they're like, I would have never guessed, you know? But it can get very severe at times and in the past. So a lot of people, I feel like the best way to explain it, like not taking it personally, is for me, even having ex-girlfriends and things like that eventually break up with me because of it. I could have just been sour and, talked my ish about them and how bad they were, how they did this to me, and play the whole victim mentality. But I had to learn to come from like an understanding point, because they don't have what I have. They don't go through what I go through, and they don't, so how can they really understand?
Right.
They've only seen it from the outside. So with that, and I've had a lot of friends as well. They would be like, we were like this at one point, and then all of a sudden you just never hear from them again. And I guess the best way to explain like not taking it personal is because it has nothing to do with what I did or what I'm doing for me. It's how they feel. It's how they respond or react. It's how basically what they're going through in their life. And I think that, we can all relate to that, whether it's relationships, friendships, or jobs or anything. Like, it's never our fault. I mean, okay, some things are our fault, yes. But when it comes to like certain things like that, like, we can't take it personal, because it's truly just what's going on with them.
I've learned to not take a lot of things personally, and to try to remember that when people are like that, it's them, it's not us. You know what I mean? It's they don't have the ability to understand. They don't have the ability to learn even sometimes. But also in life, people rotate. You people come into your life to teach you something, or they're there to help you through something, and then they go,
Right.
So yeah, it's not taking things personally. It's so much easier said than done, isn't it though?
Yeah. It's definitely easier said than done, just like everything in life. But I think as long as we remember that, I think it's all about perspective, right? I mean, if you go into work today and someone's just being moody or cranky or whatever it is, and they're kind of taking out on you, or maybe your spouse, your partner is kind of taking little things out on you. Not that it's right,
Right.
but it's also not you. That, you know what I mean? You're not the actual target. It's the target's them. They're just projecting onto you because they don't want to go to themselves, and they don't want to take the blame themselves for whatever it is. So like for me, let's just say one of my exes left me because she wasn't able to handle the depth and the harshness that my Tourette's went to at a certain point in my life. So this was probably one of the hardest times. I think I was like 19, 20 years old. And I just had to remember, like, this isn't because I did something wrong. This is because she doesn't know what to do. And a lot of times when people don't know what to do, what do they do? They panic. They leave the situation. You know, they and a lot of people, I feel, I'm even like this. When we can't help someone or help something, we don't want to be around it. It's hard to be around. So I had to come from an understanding point, like I said, because I didn't want to be sitting around the rest of my life, like feeling like these people were bad people
Right.
just because they left me. You know, and a lot of people leave, you know, like you said, they come for, what's the saying, a reason or a season or something like that.
I saw someone
Um,
down there. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not even looking at the comments right now, but yeah, I just feel that for me, it's always been a season. I don't think it'll always be that way. I just feel like that so far in my life, it has been. Um, but I think those seasons are also reasons too, because I've learned to be more compassionate, I guess, and understanding. So when I see people act a certain way, I know that it's not coming from me. You know, it's coming from themselves. And I don't know. It's been a long journey for sure, and it's never ending. You know, it's that's life.
Yeah, it's part of the like the acceptance too, is a big part when you're on the like on your end of the deal, where you're trying to understand, and you do, like, we have to try to understand and accept their side, but there's so many people who don't. I don't know how to word this right way. They don't have the capability, I don't know, maybe to step back to learn more about something. It's like they're afraid to learn, they're afraid to understand sometimes, and that's hard too, right? To
I feel like, I mean, that's absolutely accurate. And I feel like people aren't just afraid to learn and understand, but they're afraid, period.
you know
So
the
many of us live in fear all the time.
but you under like the one thing I want to point out to you is that you have the courage and the strength to be able to look past and accept other people's flaws, even though they don't accept yours, and that within itself is a gift, and it is amazing. And I appreciate you sharing this, because this is definitely into my whole self-love, self-care topic that I just, I love that. So I want to point that out. So thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean, I guess it is a gift. I appreciate that. I did start working in NLP later in life. It's been almost 10 years now due to that, due to all those reasons that I just named and all the people that have come and gone. Um, but I wanted to help other people. And for, I don't know whoever doesn't know what NLP is, it's neuro linguistic programming. So basically, it's just helping the mind and perspective change in your life. So that way you're not, whether it's victim mentality, whether it's traumas, things like that. So it's just something I found myself doing one day. I just decided to, and I realized, I can take this anywhere. And then when I started streaming a little over a year ago, I streamed for about 3 months, then took like a 9-month break. So I've been back on for almost 2 months now. And last night, I guess this morning, because it's only 7:51 here on the Pacific, but I went to sleep probably a few hours before I had to get up for the show. But and I know you said put yourself first, and I typically do. But someone came in my stream, and I don't remember where I had met them, but I had them favorited, and they came into my stream and they said they really need mine and the people in my stream's help. And it took a while, But she eventually got in the box and started explaining what she needed help with. And to me, like, for me, I thrive off of that. I could stay up all day, all night helping people. You know, it's just some of us enjoy it, some of us get drained by it. And
You can enjoy and be drained at the same time.
that too, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very sleepy right now. I feel like I'm slightly hallucinating, but it's okay because I got a lot more stuff done yesterday with work, so I can actually maybe go back to sleep later or take a nap.
Take a nap.
But again, like with just not taking anything personal, you know, it's just I say this too, and I saw that Smile Baby's working on getting a show featured. I just got an email from one of the admins about getting my show featured as well. And I feel like all three of our shows are very similar. Mine's called Grow Through It.
I'll
So
check it out. If you need help
def-
or anything, let me know.
absolutely appreciate that. It's just about different adversities, you know, and not just going through them, but how we grew from them, what we did, why, where was that aha moment that we decided I don't want to live like this anymore.
That's exactly what we do over here.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, is a little
And
different.
I feel like
It's different, but
right, and I feel like, you know, this app and any app would need more of that because you know people I don't know, I know people you don't know, and so on and so forth, and that's how it just kind of grows into that. But I always tell people, you know, we could look at life in two ways. Life happens to us, or life happens for us. And I think that relates a lot to what Smile was saying about not taking things for granted. You know, people are in our lives for a reason or a season or both. And, you know, with her and her grandmother, just wanting her to smile, she realized like that was happening for her, you know, and not that we need people to leave us for us to grow, but it does play a part in our growth. And so many other things, just like not taking things personal. You know, it's hard, but as we keep doing it, keep practicing it, we grow, and we don't have to worry about how it affects us because it won't affect us anymore. We recognize right away these are projected thoughts, these are projected words, like they just said what they don't mean, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Not that it's always justified. Which again isn't personal.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like it's a good play in life for everybody.
Oh, okay. I managed to. I think like they held the tears on this one.
Yeah, I was like, you did a good job. I was like,
I'm like,
I didn't expect you to cry. I mean, I
that's
think you
why I
got it
look
all
up or I look sideways. It dries. I've learned if I
out.
weird look, that's what I'm doing. I'm not looking off in a weird way. I'm just like putting it back. My daughter has taught me something, and it's for one, she is 100% unapologetically herself. And as a preteen, she struggles because she's not afraid to be herself. And one of the biggest things that I explained to her is it's going to be hard for you. because kids don't like different. They're afraid of confidence. You know what I mean? So for her, it's making sure that she knows it's their insecurities of why they don't like her. She's, you know, she's not afraid to be a kid. She's not afraid to still go out and play. And as somebody that's about to be 12, I guess according to her friends, she should be doing makeup and stuff. And my daughter's like, yeah, no, you know, so she's not afraid to be different. And
Yeah, she's not easily influenced.
that's a lot of
I think she gets that from you, it sounds like. I was gonna say,
I
like,
used to be
you
like,
look like you're very glowing today, just so you know. But I could tell just, you know, from your personality and the little bits I've been to your stream in the past that you're not really, I think you're very much unforgivably yourself, or
unapologetically.
however it is. Unapologetic. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't used to be. Um, the real me was kind of, I used this, was beaten out of me as a kid. You know, you're too loud, sit down, be quiet. That's too much. That's, you know, that's not enough. And it was never just okay. So with her, I just make it okay. If she
Right.
wants to run through Walmart when she was younger making dinosaur noises, was I embarrassed? Yeah. Did she still do it? Yeah. And she had fun and she scared the old ladies and I at least got to laugh at them, right? But that was me having to accept that that's what she's doing to have fun. And if she's not like throwing a fit, why am I mad about it? Right? Why am
Right.
I mad that she's just having fun? Oh
Yeah,
God,
exactly.
it was so funny. I have to tell you guys off the show. Oh God, I had one of them
Well,
on.
and it kind of goes back to not taking it personal.
Yeah.
Like they're just, you know, they're complaining because they're complaining about something else that they're dealing with in their life. It's not actually because of what your daughter was doing.
Yeah, right. Well, and it's just what she's having fun and you're upset about it. I'm sorry, you're bitter. That's what I tell
Right.
people.
And it's not even that they were upset about her having fun. They're just upset about whatever else is going on in their life, you know. So it
Right.
goes back to not taking it personally.
A lot of the looks I got after go, I'm sorry you're bitter, but she's having fun. And that and it like processes, you know, like leave the kid alone. But
Right.
curate. For one, I am really excited to hear that there's another show that's coming out. We do need more safe spaces for people to be able to talk about things that they want to talk about to help others. Thank
Yeah, my stream's always been kind of a safe place. Try to
you.
make sure of that.
But thanks for putting yourself out there. Tell us a
Thank
little
you.
bit about when you stream. I'm guessing I know you've got an IG and all that stuff.
Yeah, all my social media is in my profile. So I have Snapchat. I have a TikTok, even though I don't really use it. So there's some silly videos I made a while back, but I also use Instagram, and I usually have people, you know, reach out to me on there, whether it's about the show, whether if they just want to talk, they need to talk. Um, I'm just kind of always enjoying Boss Bros' sense of humor.
Plus, Rose, I
Um,
learned a lot.
I just kind of caught that last comment, but yeah, no, I really appreciate you having me on the show,
Thank you.
and thank you for everybody else. I did have the comments off for a little bit, so I wasn't focusing, but
I turn them off sometimes and sometimes I leave them on. And today was one of the days that I needed distracted, I think, a little from the tears. So I left the comments on, but don't take that disrespectfully. That's well, I've learned different ways to control the emotions. And so, yeah, it's baby steps. This show does it. I will tell you, it can take a lot out of you. So just make sure you get your rest, and you're gonna have guests that are gonna emotionally drain the holy bejeebies out of you, and then some shows that you get off and you've never felt so alive.
yeah,
It's
I've had both happen so already, and it's only been 3 episodes.
it's crazy how it works out, but it all works out in the end, and every show and every guest packs a different punch. That's, you know.
Exactly.
So, but all right, well, I will let you go. Again, thank you for being here.
Thank
Good
you for
luck.
having me.
Again, let me know if you need me on your show one week.
You know what? I will take you up on that.
All right, let me know. All right, honey.
All right, have a great day.
You too, love. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. For those of you guys just tuning in, you're watching Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily. oh God, the tears, the emotions, today is one of those where it is this, the heart is full, but the brain is a little heavy. That was awesome, you guys. I definitely thank both of my guests today. The messages were amazing. Don't take things for granted, and don't take things personally. I mean, those are both messages that kind of go hand in hand. You guys, my brain, I'm I'll be processing both of you guys all day, in case you're wondering. So at the end of the show, we do a Q&Q. We don't answer this till next week. It's already after 11, so we're going to go ahead and kind of push through this. You guys, I do have a auction that I'm hosting in September and October. The flyers will be up soon for both of them. The September one is a glow light auction, and then the October one is going to be obviously a dress up with a fun little twist at the end. So we will have them judged as well. Again, everybody here, thank you so much for all the gifts. Thank you for all of the favorites. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I know I'm not supposed to react to the gifts, which is really hard because I get really excited over all the gifts. So I appreciate all of this, you guys. And here we go. This is sort of to change my mindset, to give me something to focus on for next week. So I think that today's youth have a tendency to live in the present and work for the future, and to be totally ignorant of the past. Listen again. I think that today's youth have a tendency to live in the present and work for the future, and to be totally ignorant of the past. What one thing from the past do you miss? Don't answer it now. I already can answer this. Okay, screenshot it if you have to. I think that today's youth have a tendency to live in the present and work for the future, and to be totally ignorant of the past. What one thing from the past do you miss? And I can answer this without even hesitation. There's a couple things. Don't answer now. We're going to answer this about 10:05 next Friday morning when you guys tune in. Again, if you just hopped in here, you just missed an amazing show. The waterworks were real. But we talked about not taking things for granted and not taking things personally. Living your life that makes you happy, and smiling and making other people happy. It's just a better way to go through things, you know? I don't know. Life is hard enough. We don't need to make it harder for ourselves. And on that note, you guys, I'm Silly Lily. You just watched Lessons Learned. And I thank every single one of you for being here and for every favorite and every gift. But I did the Q&Q. Do you need it again? Thank you, J Love. One more time to be safe. Here, get your screenshot. I don't know if you can see it. And thank you guys for supporting my guests. I absolutely loved that. You guys both, Smile Baby and you, Curage, have some amazing people on your side. And I think you're both going to do really well with these shows. And I'm really excited to see them and be on them. Anyways, I'm going to head off for today. I'm going to go process all of my emotions and my feelings. You guys, oh my God, we're 3 away from 9,700. 303 from 10K. Oh, I've been watching that number for a minute and I'm so excited to get there. But you guys, remember, I love you. I believe in you, and never, ever give up on your dreams. And please don't forget to smile. You never know who's looking. Mwah. Bye, you guys. I'll wait till the roses stop. All right. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget, next Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here, be square. Bye, guys.